Chilly night here in West Fargo as the battle for the Ogre is set, and we'll start this one off with an early ad break due to some technical difficulties to start out tonight. So we'll take a short break and be right back for pregame.
I think what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us, because it's always good to check in.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture, and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Touchmark is a place where you can really be yourself. It's a complete family atmosphere from the residents to the team members to the community.
There is just such a homey feeling here.
The energy and the positivity, I think, is what's really important. You come in, you feel like you're part of a family, you're building a relationship, you're building friendships.
We feel very blessed to be here at Touchmark.
It's incredibly important to create that family atmosphere, which is what Touchmark really values.
All right, folks, welcome back to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium once again for tonight's matchup between rivals the West Fargo Packers and your West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. Battle for the Ogre set. Pretty chilly night, Wolf. Definitely the coldest we've had so far, so we'll see if it plays an impact tonight.
Yeah, there's some breeze out there. By all stretches, late October, this is actually pretty good weather for North Dakota, but it is, as you said, Tristan, definitely cooler than it's been for any game so far this year.
West Fargo High won the toss and elected to defer in the first half. So we'll see some Mustang offense here to start out this matchup. The wind seems to have died down compared to what it was this afternoon. Still pretty chilly like we talked about. Those balls are going to sting a little more and all of that jazz headed into the night. This matchup also playing a big role in Cheyenne seeding for playoffs possibly, or even if they get into the playoffs.
Well, and that's going to be the thing, I think, for both teams. Obviously, Cheyenne's path to the playoffs is a little more defined. Win and you're in, and then it's just a wait and see game to see how things shake out in terms of you're likely going out west next week, probably to one of the Bismarck schools. It's a little more convoluted for the Packers. I think there is still a chance they get in, but it's going to take a victory by them tonight, a little help from some other teams, and then there's also, I think, a margin of victory that's going to matter. So both teams with lots to play for tonight, and we'll see who comes out and is the most hungry as the game gets going.
So we take a look around the league really quick like we talked about, Wolf. Games kind of around the league depending on standings going into the playoffs next week, as it is the last week of the regular season. Bismarck is up 7-0 on number 2 Bismarck Century right now. Under 1 minute left to go in the first of that one. Bismarck Legacy 14-0 on Mandan out west, and that one is at the end of the first quarter. Fargo Davies hosts Fargo North tonight, the one, and then Fargo North is unranked. Number 5 Shanley hosts number 3 West Fargo Horace, and that's going to be the biggest one, I think.
That's the one everyone has to keep an eye on, because how that game turns out is going to determine a lot in terms of seeding for Cheyenne if they win, or if West Fargo is able to pull off a win tonight. They're going to need Shanley to lose, and then again, point differential comes into it. So, but you got to take care of what's in front of you. You play the team that's in front of you. You can only control what you can control, so you want to get out there, see if you can get off to a fast start and chalk up a victory for yourself tonight, and then you just kind of have to worry, let everything else work itself out because you have no control over it.
So as we are about set for game time here under the Friday night lights, an important one for both squads like we talked about. First time having the windows closed tonight, so definitely can tell it's a little chilly out there. Wolf's got a vest on, so something's going on out there.
And I think we're lucky. It's only going to get colder. It is a decent night. I see some of the coaches out there still patrolling the sidelines with some shorts on, some of those braver ones. But, it's fall football, and this is what you play for. This is what all that hard work was for in the summer and in August, those sweaty two-a-days, trying to get yourself set up for this opportunity. And it seems like only 2 weeks ago we did our first broadcast of the year, Tristan, and here it is. It's been 2 months, and it all kind of rides on the outcome of tonight's game.
As the first kick is away, and a good one at that, as this one reaches Schlichting, and he's going to gain some yardage here. Gaining about 30 on that, getting up to the 40.
Good return, clean return, no flags. So Cheyenne going to start with some really nice field position for their opening possession. And, something I think we've seen in the past few weeks, Tristan, with this Mustang offense is kind of going back to the old school a little bit, kind of back to that flex offense that we saw in the early iteration of Mustang football under Jeremy Newton. And it stands to reason, right? Yeah, Ethan Visness probably gone for the year at this point in terms of just that shoulder isn't cooperating. And this is going to give them an opportunity to get the ball in the hands of some dynamic playmakers like Kai, like Enoch, and see if you can make something happen.
Loss of 2 to kick it off the handoff to Schlichting there. Like you said, Wolf Satcham still in that number 1 quarterback slot. We'll see if Ethan makes it to playoffs, if he comes back for playoffs. Who knows? Maybe even pulls like a Caleb Deere and moves to wide receiver or something.
You just don't know. It's certainly it's important to him and important to the team, but it's high school football, and the overall health of the player is certainly more important, as we see a nice completion there to bring up a 3rd and medium, 3rd and 5 for the Mustangs here. But, I think Coach Newton trying to manage a little bit of what they're expecting from Satcham, what they can, they don't want to put too much on his shoulders as only a sophomore. And so by going to, some of the flex looks at times, like we're going to see right here with both Schlichting and Enoch in the backfield, that gives them some opportunities. And Enoch's going to, it looked like he had the first and then got spun around, and nice tackle there.
Handoff to Arukatan leaves him short by about inches.
Yeah, it's going to be about 4th and 1, but near midfield. That's in high school football pretty much a given, and it almost seems like in college and the NFL these days, 4th and 1 no longer means you have to punt unless you're deep in your own territory. So we're going to see what the Mustangs dial up on the first 4th down opportunity of the night.
There's a jump. That's what field there.
And that's something you just, I'm sure for Coach Newton and Coach Gibson for the Packers, you've got to play as clean a game as possible. Don't beat yourself with penalties and turnovers. And that's, you're giving away a free first down right there. And, I'm sure for the Packers that's not what they want, but that's exactly what the Mustangs needed there, and prevents them from having to risk that 4th down play.
Ethan By on the encroachment there, as this one's a handoff to Schlichting, and he's going to take a loss of 1 or 2 here.
Good gang tackling by the Packers on that. Schlichting tried to get around, but just could not get around the edge. And they're going to wrap him up for no gain. So a 2nd and 10 upcoming. That was Ertelt for the Packers with that stop there. Here's something we haven't seen really here. Schlichting split out as part of the trips package wide to the right.
2nd and 10.
And that's who they go
And
to.
there's-
Schlichting goes up and gets it. Great job rising up, taking that one, snatching it out of the air. Pays the price a little bit, comes down hard, but pops right up and is ready to go again. So just a skinny post there. Finds that seam and then right on target by Satrom. That's, you got to feel good about that. The first 2 passes for Satrom have been completions. You want to see if you can get him off to a good start, build some confidence for him as the game goes on.
Satrom on 1st and 10. Hand off to Schlichting, and he's going to get a gain of maybe 1 or 2 there. Couldn't find the biggest gap there, and
not sure if that was a read option or if that was going to be designed to Schlichting from the get-go, but looked like Matson maybe would have, or Satrom would have had some opportunity to get some yardage on the outside there as that defensive end for the Packers was biting on that handoff.
no gain on the play apparently. My judgment's a little off tonight. As Arukatan finds a gap, and he's going to gain some yardage here.
And he's still going.
And he's still
Great
charging.
job by Arukatan. And this kind of surprising. Arukatan having the more success early on than Schlichting, aside from that reception for Schlichting. And I don't think Coach Newton or the Mustangs particularly cares who's being successful out there. But if you can run the ball like that all night, that's got to be a good sign for the Mustangs. As Arukatan carried about 3-4 Packers on his back for another few yards.
Arukatan, one of the smaller guys out there too, 5'9", $180 at a junior, as he gets this one back and is going to gain about 3.
Good patience by Enoch there, kind of letting those blocks develop and waiting to turn it up and getting what he could out of that.
Hawkins Seymour on the tackle there.
Cheyenne can get a first down yet at about the 3.5, 4 yard line as they're in the red zone for the first time.
Second and 7, Satrom from the shotgun, handoff to Schlichting as he's going to break through.
And that should be enough for a first down. Packers stonewall him at the goal line, but not until he picks up a healthy chunk and gets a first down for the Mustangs.
So it'll be first and goal here from the 2 yard line, I want to say, maybe the 3.
I think you're right. I think it's about the 2.
Satrom with Benzie behind him now. As the jet sweep's going to pay off, and Arukatan with the first touchdown of the night.
Well, perfect scenario for Cheyenne to march down the field and score on that opening possession. That is the one thing about this flex offense that we've seen in the past, Tristan, is it's very much ball control, ground and pound type of situation, and so it's not an offense that lends itself to coming back with big plays from behind. So it's very important that Cheyenne is able to get out to an early lead with this particular offense. So that's a good thing for them to get this first touchdown, as the extra point is good. And they grab an early 7-0 lead on their opening possession.
So with that, the Mustangs take an early 7-0 lead. We'll take a short ad break and be right back. It's Cheyenne Football on Mustang Media. right, folks, welcome back. Mustangs taking a 7-0 lead here in the Ogre game on October 24th of 2025. Enoch Rukatan on the jet sweep. Jacob Gullix with the extra point. Gullix with a perfect boot, I'm pretty sure, last week at Shanley, if I remember right. Got to witness that upset in person as Scary is going to find a gap here, and no one to beat but Gullix and Dugba as he cuts back, and Carson Strand is going to get a face mask here if I had to guess.
That's going to add on another 15 to that.
As you just see Strand rip back that helmet there. And
so the Packers answering here with a big-time return. Going to tack on again. We'll see how penalties play out tonight, Tristan. Both have been costly to both defenses here. This is going to move West Fargo up inside the red zone to start their opening possession, and we saw the Packers jump offside on a 4th and 1 that extended the Mustang opening drive, in which they ultimately scored on that. So some pressure on the Mustang D to start their opening possession.
from the shotgun on the run, as he's going to get a first down there, Aiden Samick.
Yeah, Samick been around for a long time. Not very tall,
Another
but really
flag.
quick.
Flag thrown late in the play.
Is it going to be an unsportsmanlike? Or what exactly happened there? I didn't see. Yeah.
So it'll be an offensive unsportsmanlike there, and it's going to push him back 15.
So all three penalties that we've seen so far tonight have been pretty important. And so that's going to erase a first down run. Nice run by Samick. I'm going to put them back to about a 1st and 16 or so. Not what you want if you're Jay Gibson and the Packers starting off your first drive.
QB hold here, and Camarillo is going to get a little bit of yardage there. Not much.
No, but that was another time where he cut it back, and you've got to have that contain on the backside. I know you want to get in on tackles, but you've got to maintain that discipline. And he had an opportunity that he could have broken it wide open there by getting around that right side.
So 3rd and 14 now.
Oh, and that's unsportsmanlike was a loss of down too, I believe.
For the Packers. As Camarillo on the keeper.
QB draw there.
Going to give maybe 4, get back up to the, or excuse me, only like 2.
So, you know, and he's limping a little bit.
Camarillo off now, so we'll see Kurzweg, I believe.
So now you're at a 4th and 12 with the backup quarterback. Not ideal.
Kurzweg almost intercepted there by Zink. So it'll be 1st and 10 going the opposite direction. A quick 4 and out with the unsportsmanlike there.
Yeah, and that's a really tough pass for a quarterback moving to your left, and those safeties and D-backs can just kind of sit and read your eye, and you got to have ideally receivers coming back to the ball, but when you're 4th and 12, they have to also be to the markers or near the markers if you're hoping to convert on that. So that's a really tough situation for Kurzweg to come into and be asked to go ahead and make that pass on the opening possession. We'll see if Camarillo is able to return tonight.
Satcham with the handoff to Schlichting, start out the drive here, and he gains about 3 there. And you know, Wolf, speaking of Zink, last week he had an amazing game with 117 yards on 3 receptions, including the 40-yard touchdown grab, and then a massive 70-yard score early in the third. So Zink, one of those key guys contributing to the offense last week, as he's a two-way player here tonight. Satcham finds Zanker, I believe, in midfield.
Yeah. And Zanker, you know, has that cast on, that wrap on the right hand. That's a really good catch for a guy who's kind of playing one-handed. But what set that up was that run fake to Rukatan. The Packers had no choice but to honor that, and that froze those linebackers, allowed Zanker to get behind.
Satcham with the handoff to Rukatan as he's read there, as want to say it was Patterson leading the charge there who caught him first. And
not a clean exchange there. Rukatan had some trouble hauling that in and was never able to really get going, and the Packers, that's all they needed was the opportunity to close on him when he didn't get north and south on that with those pads.
Might have been Seymour on the correction there. Schlichting at another receiver spot, and that's aired out, and it's going to be incomplete there, intended for,
I think that was for Fagerlund that they were looking for, and he was open. That's such a touch pass. You got to get it over that first level of the defense in front of that safety, and it just kind of sailed a little bit. And this is the direction that the wind is blowing, so I'm not sure if the ball just sailed on Satcham a little bit because of that breeze, or he just had a little too much on it. But that's all touch pass on that one all day long.
Satcham takes the snap, drops back, runs out, recepted there by Lex Payne.
Yep. And I think that's always a good idea if you can move the pocket like that. Get Satcham out there and make him a dual threat. He reads the situation. If he has someone open, he can go ahead and let it go. But if not, if he sees some open field in front of him, then he's perfectly able to, tuck it under and just get upfield and get as many yards as he can. So another big first down for the Mustangs.
Some younger guys getting some playing time tonight too here, as Payne and Fagerlund already being brought up. Schlichting's going to get a loss of 3 on this.
Great pursuit by Owen Scoville there. Coming up from that D-back position, he just flew to the ball and dropped Schlichting for a 2-yard loss. That was really good fundamental football there. He just flew up, and Schlichting, the defense for the Packers, was able to string that out, and Schlichting could never get north and south, and then Scoville just came up and took him out effectively.
Satcham takes snap, hands off to Schlichting, and he's going to gain some yardage on this one. Gains about 7. So there's going to be a minute 20 left to go here in the first quarter.
Well, this is ideal for Cheyenne, right? These long, sustained drives of running the ball, not really putting it in danger of being intercepted, very few passes. You're playing with the lead, trying to just eat some clock here. It's a 3rd and 7, but this is ideal for Cheyenne.
Satcham takes snap, drops back. Almost had Fagerlund there, and Scary with a little shove to the back there.
Good job by Scary closing, arrived at the same time as the ball, able to knock that away. And so 4th and 7 here. Here's a chance for the Packers to get their own stop. And Cheyenne an opportunity to extend this drive. See if they can't get 2 scores ahead.
Satcham has some time, airs it out, and that's going to be intercepted there and ran a little ways back. Interception coming from Aiden Simek.
Kind of a little mini punt there.
Flag on the play.
Let's see if there's some PI here or holding. That'll be
So it'll be a first down penalty was declined. So I believe it was a hold if I saw right.
I think that was correct. And so the Packers hold. Cheyenne able to flip field position for them. And it looks like they're going to mark Samek down wherever the interception took place. So way back at their own 30, that's a little different than starting inside the red zone like they did on their first possession. Camarillo is back on the field, so that's got to be a good sign for Packer fans that your starting quarterback is returned after he twisted an ankle in the last possession.
Camarillo with a handoff there, and that's going to be horse collar on Gable.
Collar, yeah. And it's so hard. You reach out, you get a hold of something, and your instinct just kind of takes over. No, and that's going to go on the Packer. So he must have just had Jersey back there.
Samek wanted an explanation on that one.
He's asking for where's the horse collar on that. And the ref's telling him, that's not how I saw it. Probably not making him happy, but that is the reality.
Probably don't judge too quick tonight, Wolf, based on these calls so far.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly looked like that possibility existed.
Drops back, deep ball, and
great
Scary
pass. Oh,
drops
he dropped it.
Is it going to be considered? No,
he never
incomplete.
had possession.
It'll be an incomplete,
but the big mistake there by Dugba is letting a guy get behind you. You just cannot let that happen. As he got caught peeking in the backfield. And the receiver just flew right past him. So 2nd and 20 upcoming for the Mustangs, or I'm sorry, for the Packers, as we're nearing the end of the first quarter.
23 seconds left to go here in this first quarter as Camarillo has got a ways to go here, hands off. And Samek going to gain some yardage there, going to be short of 10.
Good hard running by Samek. He's going to get about half of that penalty back. I think going to bring up about 3rd and 14. So I'm guessing that's the end of the quarter or the last play. So this will give Coach Gibson a chance to talk about what they want to do facing an upcoming 3rd and 13.
So the Mustangs lead 7-0 after 1. We'll take a short break at Cheyenne Football here on Mustang Media.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium as the Cheyenne Mustangs lead the West Fargo Packers 7-0 here for the Ogre tonight, as the Mustangs, 6-time defending champs against the West Fargo Packers, winning the last 6 straight against them. And Wolf, I don't know if you saw last week's game against Shanley, but momentum was the name of the game as Shanley scored on the opening drive with a reversal and
on the opening kickoff.
The opening kickoff, excuse me.
The old Tennessee Titans pass across the field, and you would think, that bodes badly for Cheyenne, and they were able to do something about it, and they responded as Camarillo overshoots his receiver. That's going to bring up 4th and 13. Deep in your own end, you're going to have to punt that one away, and you are now going with the wind if you're the Packers.
Yeah, but scoring on that opening kickoff, and then the Mustangs came back and scored one within a drive and never let off the gas from there. So
had a guy coming in late there. Plenty of time on the play clock, so
as
fair
good
catch
boot
there
on
by
that.
Arukatan.
I believe it was Wyatt Doctor on the kick. So Mustangs take over possession here at midfield, about the 45, their own 45, excuse me.
So that's been 2 consecutive drives for the Packers, Tristan, where offensive penalties have put them so far behind that they haven't been able to convert a first down yet. And we mentioned early on that penalties, turnovers, those types of unforced errors could be a major factor tonight. And so far it's kind of been what's hurting West Fargo to this point, as Cheyenne had the one really good opening drive. West Fargo stood tall the second one. We'll see what happens on this third opportunity for Cheyenne to possess the ball.
Just a quick update from down south at Shanley. Shanley leads Horace 13-7 as of right now. As Arukatan
Good
gets
job
some
by
yardage there.
Arukatan, yeah. Kept his feet, stayed on his feet, kept the legs churning.
Excuse me, Horace leads Shanley 13-7 on the correction there. So, like we talked about pregame, Wolf, I think a Shanley loss and a win for us probably gets us at the 5 spot, you think?
Well, it's the 1 through 4 East and 1 through 4 West. I think that a loss by Shanley and a win by Cheyenne tonight puts the Mustangs in the 3 seed for the East, and would then necessitate going out west to play the 2 seed from the West next week. They're still doing it the East and West. And that takes you off of having to go and play that 1 seed. And every time, there's no way for them to jump up to a 2 seed, Cheyenne, to host. So that's probably the best you can hope for is a 3 seed. And I think that Bismarck and Bismarck Century game that's going on right now could be a big factor, as there's a great pass and hauled in. Great pass up the boundary by Satram. Lets it go.
Smith on the reception.
And hauled in. Good job of keeping the feet in bounds and flipping field position just like that. Almost in the red zone now for the Mustangs.
And
that's going to be a false
start there.
And again, that's what's been hurting West Fargo. Now Cheyenne getting in on this. The false start, bring up a 1st and 15.
Jager Zuer on that one there. As the Mustangs will now be 1st and 15. Satram with the handoff to Arukatan, and he gets caught right away there. Tim Walla leading the charge there.
Yeah, and I think Liam Fisher also there for the Packers. So now a 2nd and 15. You're in 4-down territory, but that false start hurting you. Now you're at 2nd and 17. Be a good time for a little screen pass here.
Satram, deep ball, incomplete.
It looked like Schlichting had it for a second.
Schlichting almost with the touchdown of his own. All 4 touchdowns last week coming from passes. Satram went 15 for 24. on passes last week. He drops back. Here's one out. Schlichting again, intercepted there by Hawkins Seymour. And he's going to get to their own 40.
And one's too many to the well there, I think, for the Mustangs. Seymour able just to kind of play center field and read what Satrom was doing there. And so big opportunity for the Packers here coming up with that interception, decent field position, a chance to get back in this with a touchdown.
$9:32 left to go in the second quarter here. Coming off the interception by Seymour. Camarillo hands this one off to Scary. Scary with some speed. And he's going to get pushed back there by...
That looked like it had the potential for a lot bigger gain than that. Mustangs rally to the ball, but as Scar came around the corner, you almost had the impression that he might be able to turn the corner and really get a big chunk play out of that, but nice job by the Mustangs holding him to only 5 on that.
Camarillo fakes a handoff, keeper, and will be just short of the first.
Well, that's what every offense is hoping for, 3rd and short, 3rd and very manageable. As I see Gable limping a little bit after he made the stop on that one on Camarillo. But what this does, at 3rd and short, 3rd and about 2, lets West Fargo kind of pick and choose what they want to do. You know you're probably going for this on a 4th down, so we'll see if they dial up something to try and get a big chunk here, or if they're just content to try and keep the drive alive and move the chains, and that's what it appears to be here.
Samek's going to get the first down for the Packers there on the handoff from Camarillo.
I think is that the first? No. Yeah, I think that's the first down for the Packer offense tonight, almost halfway through the second quarter, but they're still only 1 score down, and they're moving the ball here a little bit. So an opportunity.
Camarillo now drops back, handoff to Samek, and he's unable to be brought down there.
No, I think they
whistled him.
They whistled forward progress stopped, and he is not happy about that.
Someone's got a cleat missing. It looks like Gable, I think. Or excuse me, a towel missing. It looked like a cleat at first.
So that one, I mean, it was red right away, and he backed him up, and then the ref, quick whistle.
Samek was a little frustrated.
He was upset with that. He said, hold it.
He was gone.
Hold it. And I'm sure everyone let up at the whistle, but still, we felt like he had not had his forward progress completely stopped as Camarillo
with a little
that's
pitch,
a pass.
And that's gonna.
It's a pass. It was a forward. It was just a shovel pass, so that was an incompletion.
The ref was really quick to call that one.
And that's good job by the reffing crew to know that it was exactly what it is. It's just a pass.
Gable had that all the way if it was a fumble, but
Gable was
a shovel pass there causes it just as an incompletion, and it's going to be 3rd and 12 regardless. As Camarillo's going to try and convert here on 3rd and 12 with 6:54 left to go. Big play here, airs it out, and it's caught there, and some yardage for number 7.
That was Forrest. And that was a nice pass, and he made the D-back for Cheyenne bite on that inside move, and then the ball was in the air. and arrived right on time as he came out of that break. Really nice job by Camarillo on that pass.
Camarillo takes a snap. Handoff as Samek's going to get a little yardage there. Gain of 5. So there's going to be 6 minutes left to go here.
Pretty quick moving game.
2nd and 6. As Camarillo takes a snap, another handoff as he's going to get brought down enough for the one, or enough for the first, excuse me, as Samek just short actually, excuse me. So like 3rd and inches here.
So again, this an opportunity for the offense. You can kind of do what you want with this.
As Scary in motion here.
Overloaded to the left. And Camarillo just going back to the right. Great tackle, keeper. But not until Camarillo's already gotten it first.
Dugba on the tackle there, just taking out the knees. As be 3rd and 1 still, or excuse me, they got the first. So it'll be 1st and goal here, 4:45 left to go in the half. Camarillo, Scary in motion once more. Camarillo with the handoff to Samek. And he's going to get brought down with maybe a gain of 1 or maybe to the line of scrimmage. As Benzi's going to get credit for the tackle there. Second and goal from the 7 now. Still 7-0 Mustang lead. Huge play right here for the Packers. As Samek with another handoff, and that's going to be the touchdown for West Fargo.
Good blocking up front. He just had to pick his way through the traffic. And a touchdown for Samek. And the Packers have an extra point try to try and tie this one up here.
So 3:45 left to go, coming off the Packer touchdown. As it's up and good, coming off the boot of Wyatt Doctor. So 7-7, 3 minutes 45 left to go here in the second quarter. We'll take a short break at Cheyenne Football on Mustang Media.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. A 7-7 game now here for the Ogre tonight as the Packers are taking on your Cheyenne Mustangs. As Wolf, I keep noticing Parker warming up the boot here, so we'll see if he gets some time tonight instead of Gullick's. Gullick's a perfect boot so far, so we'll see how this goes here. As I believe it stuck with Jacob last week as well.
Well, and, at 3:45, there's an onside kick coming, and that's going to go
the other way. And down to the 13.
Great job.
I believe it's Braden Muchter, or Muchler, excuse me.
That was.
Yep, it's going to be Braden Muchler on the carry there.
I mean, I'm sure the coaching staff was sitting there thinking just fall on the ball, but a gutsy decision. He just grabs it out, snatches it out of the air, and goes the other direction. And I don't know that you could have expected this good of an opportunity to start at the 12-yard line on the next possession with only 3.5 minutes to go. This is fantastic luck for Cheyenne.
Excuse me, it was Keegan Olson. I was reading the wrong roster there. As Arukatan going to get a carry of maybe 3.
And I'm going to guess they're going to keep this on the ground as much as they can here for Cheyenne to eat up clock and also not to turn the ball over. But Coach Gibson going for the sneak attack there, trying to get the quick turnaround on possession with the onside kick, but does not work out for the Packers, and a good return by the Mustangs is going to give them fantastic field position and a chance here.
Satcham now hand off to Schlichting as he's going to get caught in the backfield there. Almost broke free.
Good job by Luther Young on that pick, or that tackle. Really nice job coming up and making the stop. That's going to back him back up again to the 10. Cheyenne can get a first down at about the 2.
So 3rd and 8. 10 to go exactly. As 2:20 left in the quarter. Satcham from the shotgun, Schlichting at the receiver spot once more. Airs it out. Arukatan on the reception. And he's going to be just short.
But should be enough for a first down, I think.
It'll be the first down.
But that was a really good fundamental tackle there. That was number 52 for the Packers, Asher Poitra. Great stick right there. It looked like Arukatan just had to kind of lean in and cross the goal line and break the plane, but great wrap up and holding him in position. But it is a first and goal opportunity for the Mustangs.
Satcham from the shotgun. And
it's going to be
hand
a
off
false
to
start.
Schlichting, and a false start by Cheyenne, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Not quite sure who it was. I don't think we're getting numbers tonight.
No.
But it was a really good eye by the ref, I'll say that much, because that was right as a snap. Right at the snap there, and we'll make it 1st and 6 now. Hand off to Arukatan as he's going to try and find the gap on the far side, and he's not going to get through.
No, I think only a pickup of 1, maybe 2 on that. So this Packer defense fired up. I mean, this is huge. If they can keep Cheyenne out of the end zone, I don't know if Coach Newton would entertain the idea of a field goal if it gets to 4th down, but it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5.
Poitra fired up after that one. As there's going to be a minute left to go here in the half.
Both teams with all 3 timeouts. Coach Newton not biting on using one yet.
And it's going to be a timeout from Newton, I believe.
Yeah. Maybe didn't like something that he saw.
Timeout from Newton with 49 seconds left to go in a 7-7 game. Taking a quick look around the league really quick as my ND score feed loads here. Shanley and Horace, that big game like we talked about, Wolf. Horace up a lot on Shanley right now, 25-7 with 7 minutes left to go in the second quarter of that one. 7-7 game out in Bismarck. Century versus BHS with 10 minutes left in the third quarter of that one with an early start time there. Fargo Davies 17-zip on Fargo North right now. Down south on 25th. 20-0. Legacy leads Mandan right now at the Sanford Health Athletic Complex. That one is just starting the third quarter. And then Minot and Williston, the 0 and 8s. Minot up 14-0 at the start of the second quarter against the Coyotes. Satcham from the shotgun. Fakes a handoff, rolls out, pass. Incomplete.
See for Zanker on that one.
I think a lot of Mustang fans were looking for a pass interference on that.
So 3rd and 5.
That was Beckett Plow on the interference, or like the interference there. Foul, excuse me. Satcham on 3rd and 5 now. Drops back, airs one deep, corner, and intended for Schlichting.
That ball
he got brought down by Scary.
Bounced around for a little bit. So Coach Newton is going to bring in the field goal unit. Not much different than an extra point. So an opportunity to put points on the board with only 36 seconds left.
Gullick's out for the field goal. It'll be 22-yard attempt.
Yep.
And Gullick
No
puts
good.
it up, and it's wide left. So it'll be a touchback for the Packers here with 32 seconds left in the half.
So 32 seconds. So you do have 3 timeouts. See if Coach Gibson, West Fargo, has the ball to start the second half. See if he's content just taking a knee and going in at a tie here, or if he wants to take a shot or two. See if they can get something going. But there is only 30 seconds left, so that's a long way to go, 80 yards in those 32 seconds.
Camarillo under center, takes a snap, handoff, as Samek's going to get caught and get a gain of 1, or gain of 2, excuse me.
And I guess that's the last play of the half.
As it'll be there. Camarillo under center. Gonna take another play here. Camarillo, deep ball.
Oh,
just out of the reach there
of Scoville, I think,
or
but
Valdez.
But I don't know. I looked like he had a chance at that. But that'll take us to the half.
So 7-7 after the first half. We'll take a short break and be right back. It's Cheyenne Football on Mustang Media.
Touchmark at Harwood Groves is located in South Fargo, North Dakota, on a 14-acre garden-like setting, and we have everything from cottages to apartments, a health club, activities, We tend to take groups of residents out downtown, which is just a very vibrant and growing community. The easiest way I can say it is we are going to treat our residents the way that we would treat our best friends. That's what it feels like. And that's what I love about my job. It feels like a family.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people, and my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Tour the beautiful campus of North Dakota State University in Fargo. Learn about majors, scholarships, our free application process, and get a free t-shirt. Register now at ndsu.edu/visit.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life. So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them. Because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, yeah, run it. Ooh, I really feel it's my time. Think it's my year. Yeah.
So shoulder pain is one of the most common things I see. When Linda came in, she complained of pain in both her shoulders.
You did all the work on the left one, and by the time I had the second one done, I could do anything I wanted to do.
Shoulder replacement, the whole point of that is really to get rid of the pain and get you back to doing normal things again.
You listened to what I wanted, and it worked out great.
We were a good team.
Yes, yes, I think so.
What would you do with a second chance? At Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Our health. It's what keeps us doing what we love. It keeps our communities strong. So, how are you doing? There's no easier way to take care of yourself than checking in with us, your primary care team at Essentia Health. In person or online, we offer scheduling and appointment options that fit your life. We'll care for you today and keep an eye on things for the future, and if needed, get you back on track. So take some time to connect with us because it's always good to check in.
Discover the experience that awaits you at North Dakota State University. Join the Bison family where connections run deep, from the classroom to the field and beyond. Build an exciting career with the help of industry-leading faculty. Tap into the power of the herd and make unforgettable memories in Fargo, one of the best college towns in the Midwest. Don't wait. Find your adventure at North Dakota State University.
At Touchmark, we really take an input from both the community, our residents, and also our team members.
And there's something for everybody. It runs the gamut. You have the freedom to participate or not, as you choose.
I personally like to play bridge. I like their book club, all the concerts that they have, the music almost every day. We like everything that's here.
And you find it here.
Every day is a different day. It's really about developing programming that is meaningful and beneficial for everyone.
Why do I choose to work here? It's the people. It's the feeling that you get when you've been gone for a weekend and everybody's genuinely happy to see you and you're so happy to see them too.
They are wonderful. The staff is wonderful. They are so friendly. They're so happy all the time.
It's a family. It's just that overall culture that we have. It's a great culture and I'm very lucky to be a part of it.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
Touchmark is a place where you can really be yourself. It's a complete family atmosphere from the residents to the team members to the community.
There is just such a homey feeling here.
The energy and the positivity, I think, is what's really important. You come in, you feel like you're part of a family, you're building a relationship, you're building friendships.
We feel very blessed to be here at Touchmark.
It's incredibly important to create that family atmosphere, which is what Touchmark really values.
I think what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You can ask them for anything and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
Touchmark at Harwood Groves is located in South Fargo, North Dakota, on a 14-acre garden-like setting, and we have everything from cottages to apartments, a health club, activities. We tend to take groups of residents out downtown, which is just a very vibrant and growing community. The easiest way I can say it is we are going to treat our residents the way that we would treat our best friends. That's what it feels like, and that's what I love about my job. It feels like a family.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
All right, folks, welcome back to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium here. Locked at 7 after the first half here between the Mustangs and Packers. The battle for the Ogre tonight happening on the last regular season game of this year on senior night for the Mustangs. Quite a few of them this year. Some guys including Schlichting, Tiongson, Dore, Gable, Bernstein, Seth Holder. Trying to run down the line through my head here, Wolf, and it's not working too hot. But, yeah, guys, bunch of guys on the roster here who are seniors this year, so shout out to them. As we can take a quick look around the league here before the third quarter. Knotted at 7 on this one, obviously. Knotted at 7 between Bismarck Century and the Demons out in the Community Bowl. That one, a minute left in the third quarter. Horace all over Shanley right now on Shanley turf, 33-13 with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Fargo Davies up 17-7 on Fargo North down on 25th Street, the number 1 hosting the Spartans tonight. That one has 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Legacy 27-zip up on Mandan at the Sanford Health Athletic Complex out in Mandan, as that one has 9 minutes left to go in the third. Minot 21-0 over the Coyotes out in Williston, 7 minutes left in the second quarter. And those are the updates around the league. As starting to get chillier here, Wolf. We're kind of getting to below freezing temperatures throughout the night, so we'll see how it We'll see how it progresses here.
Yeah, a little more sting every time you get hit. That ball's going to have a little more hurt to it every time it hits your hands. The Packers, who pulled even about midway through the second quarter, they're going to have the ball to start the second half here. We'll see what Coach Newton decides to do, if he would rather go with the wind in the third or the fourth quarter. I have a feeling he might give the Packers the ball and the wind for the third quarter so that Cheyenne can take advantage in the fourth, but we'll have to see on how that plays out. And again, a lot on the line for both teams here tonight. I think for West Fargo, I think it may have been or may be dependent upon Shanley, or Shanley needs to lose, and that's what's happening right now. So if West Fargo can win here, and I think there's some point differential that plays a factor as well. Of course, for Cheyenne, we pointed out, it's win and you're in. You just got to take care of business. But as we've talked about in volleyball, Tristan, basketball, football, anytime the teams from the crosstown rivals get together, whether it's Horace, whether it's West Fargo is playing against Cheyenne, it all takes on a little different feel, a little different sense of urgency. And so Cheyenne's going to have to buckle down here in this second half. What they could use is a sustained drive similar to the one that they had to open the game. And if they could get that and get some points on the board, maybe be able to ride that out. But we'll see how it goes, as Cheyenne is going to kick with the wind here to start the third quarter. So they're going to give the Packers the wind in the fourth. And it's not nearly as breezy as it was during the day, but there is still some definite breeze out there that you can feel. So we'll see how this plays out with this decision for going with the wind here for Cheyenne in the third quarter and giving it to West Fargo in the fourth.
I'm not quite sure what we're waiting on here. Maybe
I think they'd reset the clock a little bit. We had a lot of recognitions at halftime of some senior dance team members and senior cheerleaders. They had the 7th and 8th grade football teams from Liberty out on the field to be recognized. So I think there's always seems to be a lot going on when it's senior night. And by the time Cheyenne made it out of the tunnel, they put 3 more minutes on the clock. But now we should be ready to roll, I think, as long as the clock gets reset to 12 minutes.
7-7 game here, heading into the third once more.
And
jet sweep from Arukatan.
There we go. So now I think we can get things rolling. We'll see if a directional kick again. The one time that West Fargo has received the kick, it was a massive return. Oh, there's a quick squibbler up the middle. Smartly fell on by the Packers. Little trickery going on with the special teams here tonight, Tristan. We saw the Packers attempt an onside kick, and here Cheyenne kind of a quick kick.
Gopher killer, as they call it in golf.
Try and prevent another big return by the Packers, and so West Fargo takes possession on their own 30 as we're about to get the second half underway.
Camarillo is going to kick this one off here from his own 30-yard line. Camarillo under center, drops back, handoff to Samick.
No.
Or on the keeper, excuse me. And he gets about 5 or 6 there. Gain of 6, leaves him 2nd and 4.
That was a good start. As Bernstein had the stop there for the Mustangs.
Bernstein with a touchdown of his own last week as well, playing both sides of the ball.
This could be a really big possession, I think, for both teams and setting a tone for the second half and what you're going to be able to accomplish as
Camarillo with some time.
Nice move there.
Scary with some speed, the NDSU football commit.
Yeah, you know,
or the MSU football commit, excuse me.
Just caught the ball in the middle there and looked like he gave up some yards going backwards, but he saw something that no one else did, a clear edge, and he hit the gas and he got around, and that was a big-time second down completion, and now first down in Mustang territory for the Packers.
Camarillo sends Scary in motion. On the keeper once more, gains
about 5
4
again.
Or 5.
Yeah, it's similar to what we saw the first play of the possession for the Packers. Just that fake handoff, and then Camarillo just kind of tucks it and follows those lead blockers up the middle. And each time he's been able to pick up about 5.
Everyone at media with the 50-50 tonight, huh, Wolf?
Well, you know, we're just poor teachers here on the broadcast, Tristan. Got to look for money anywhere we can get it.
About a $300 bank, according to Salmon, at halftime, as Scari's going to get a first down here for the Pack.
Kind of that same play. One thing I find interesting with Camarillo, he just stands up right, you know, there's no 3-step drop or even 5-step drop. He just kind of stands up, surveys, and then lets it go. Not concerned, I guess, that any pressure's coming up the middle, but it's been effective for him on this possession, that's for sure. As we have a 1st and 10 from the Mustang 28.
Camarillo now.
Little swing pass out there, great tackle.
Zanker reads Samick there.
Great job, and that's tough taking down someone like Samick in the open field, but really nice job by Zanker.
Zanker going for the knees on that one as
well, and Samick at 5'9", it's got such a low center of gravity. And then he's so quick, but he's strong to boot that, you know, that's really the best way. If you can get down at those knees and take him out, that's how you're going to bring him down, if you can get the legs out from under him.
You almost think Samick and Narukatan are really similar in their ways. As this one, Camarillo is going to gain about 6 there.
Smartly slides down.
6 or 7 there.
And that's where you need, if you're Cheyenne, you got to have lane discipline when you're rushing the quarterback. You can't let yourself get sucked in. Someone's got to set that edge and not let that quarterback outside the pocket like that. Camarillo saw the open ground and just went with it. That was a smart play on his part, so it'll bring up 3rd and short now.
I think it's third and about mid, actually. I think it's like 3rd and 4. As Camarillo on another keeper might have the first down.
I think he does.
Gain of 5 is going to be enough for it. So it'll be a 1st and 10. It's about 18 left to go. Camarillo with the handoff here, as there's a flag down
I think
immediately.
there's going to be a hold on that one.
Samick maybe gets a 1.
You know, they were trying to create some space for him out there, but I think that receiver's going to get called for a hold.
$7:41 left to go here.
Yeah, and so, again, this was what hampered West Fargo early on in the game, was penalties that they had good position, good field position, good opportunities to score, and then some penalties ended up putting them in really bad situations, and that seems to be the case here again, as it's going to bring a 1st and 20 now. Moves them outside of the red zone.
Camarillo 1st and 20, hands off to Samick. Samick
Nice
with
draw.
a wide open gap, and he's going to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, collision at the goal line. Nice draw play there, just opened everything up, and that's more than enough for Samick as he just goes ahead and plows his way in. And so West Fargo takes the opening kickoff down the field to open the second half.
13-7 game here, opening the second half. As that one's up and through.
You know, and that's, again, Camarillo done a nice job by using his legs and getting outside the pocket a couple of times. So when he dropped back like that, you saw kind of an over pursuit by the D line of the Mustangs, and then that draw play, Samick just, when he got it, I'm sure he probably couldn't believe how big that hole was to open, and then he just turned on the gas and found his way to the end zone.
So Packers take a 14-7 lead here with 7:15 left to go in the third quarter, as Schlichting and Arukatan are going to be back, or Schlichting is going to be back to receive the kickoff here. Arukatan and Zink left and right there as well. Going with the wind, so you want to, I don't know if Newton wants to kind of use the wind as momentum here, get a momentum swing going.
Well,
or
should make passing, theoretically should make it easier. But we haven't seen a lot of passing from the Mustangs since that interception in the second quarter. So we'll see how this works.
Doctor to kick. A really good tomahawk there, as Schlichting is going to pick this one up, gain some yardage here, and get brought down at the 25. So it'll be 7:08 left to go here, 14-7 Packer lead. So 7:08 left to go here. Offense back out to work here. Satchram takes the handoff to Arukatan, pitches one back to Schlichting, and he's going to get maybe a yard there.
That was a really nice job by the Packer D-back on that one, with that pursuit coming up to close on that. Otherwise, that could have been a big time gain for the Mustangs, but nicely sniffed out by the Packers. And keeps it to a minimal gain, only a pickup of 3 on that one for Schlichting. As you saw the Packer defensive line collapse on Arukatan on that fake, and then Satrom carries out the pitch, but no big play for the Mustangs on that.
Satrom with the handoff to Schlichting, and he's not going to get very far with that.
So kind of the difference there, Tristan, between draw plays between what the Packers ran and the Mustangs. And it was about a 7-step drop for Camarillo for the Packers that really extended that line of scrimmage and got that pursuit by the Mustangs up the field, and that's what opened it up so much for Samick, where that time Satrom, it was just a shotgun and a handoff only about 3 yards deep, and so there wasn't the opportunity to open up as wide as there was.
Satrom drops back, throws, and that one almost intercepted there by number 10, Aiden Simic.
Simic had an opportunity there. And again, that's such a tough pass for a righty to be moving to your left. And so Cheyenne's going to have to punt on their opening possession here. As the Packers probably smelling a little blood in the water here, hoping that they can, put another score on and put some heat on Cheyenne.
Bernstein with a boot.
Good kick.
As that one drops on top of Scary, I think. He's going to have to pick that one up, and it falls even more.
And there it's going to be, boy.
Mustangs have it, I believe.
That's how it looked.
I want to say Grayson Olsen beat him to it there.
Well, the sound from the crowd tells me that the
Packers injured.
Determined.
The Packer is down. Scary's down.
And that,
he's up. He's up on his own. Maybe he got the wind knocked out of him, I think.
He'll need to come off for a play here and probably get looked at by the trainers. But he seems to be moving okay, but there's a lot of bodies on top of him.
It's going to be a Packer ball the way
West
it
Fargo
seems.
gets it. But that puts them deep in their own territory, back at their own 10. That's one where you're Simic, you just have to fall on it, and I think he was trying to pick it up, and then when he realized it was time to fall on it, it was so late that he had those Mustangs all over him.
As Samick finds maybe a little gap there. I think he's going to get to the line, maybe one.
Much better lane discipline there by the Mustangs. And that's something you just got to be careful on. Camarillo's shown the ability to run outside the pocket, and we know how quick and dynamic Samick can be. So you've just got to make sure that you don't let those guys get wide, because once they find open field, they can really wreak some havoc. So it's going to be really important for this D-line to maintain their discipline, and that was a nice job that time.
Camarillo's going to be red there and gains another yard. So
about 3rd and 8 upcoming. So now we'll see into the wind. Will West Fargo try and run it? Maybe some kind of draw, maybe some kind of jet sweep to get Samick the ball going around the outside, or will they opt to try and pass this?
Camarillo looks, fires. He's got him in midfield. That's going to be number 11, Beckett. Foul.
Beckett foul. Zinker saw it and tried to undercut it and just was half a second late. And so it's right on to foul, and he hangs on to it, and that moves the chains and gets the Packers out of the Packers out of kind of the shadow of their own end zone.
Camarillo drops back, has a second and finds, I believe, Samick with that, and Samick's off. I think he stepped out.
And there's a flag thrown there too. Not sure what the call was on that.
Flag was about when I thought he stepped out there. It's going to be on the Mustangs the way it seems.
Nope.
Oh, nope.
It's from the spot of the foul, so it's still going to be enough to make it a first down for the Packers. That was a really nice job by Camarillo. He was in the grasp there almost and found Samick there at the last minute, and Samick just tiptoed the sideline and picked up positive yardage. That holding sets him back a little bit, but the Packers continuing to move on this drive.
Camarillo with a handoff there to number 26, Ashton Wigestrad.
Good hard run on that one.
It's Benzie on the tackle there. So 3:26 left to go. Third quarter, second and one, excuse me.
Good chance, good opportunity to try something big. Oh,
Camarillo's just going to take the sneak there. Get gain of 2 or 3.
So coming down on 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter already. This game is just clicking right along here, Tristan, as not a lot of passing, a lot of plays on the ground. It just keeps that clock moving.
Another run there by Wigestrand.
Nice job by Gable pulling him down, keeping that gain to a minimum. And we haven't seen Samick out here, I don't think, on this drive. So I don't know if there's something, if he's hurt or what exactly is going on. But Wigestrand has done a decent job filling in, but certainly that hurts the Packers if you can't have Samick on the field.
Camarillo drops way back, deep ball intended for number 7, Zinke Forrest.
Hard to tell if Zink got a hand on that. I saw him rise up and try and bat it, but regardless, pass is incomplete, so a 3rd and 9 upcoming for the Packers.
Camarillo to Samick.
There's Samick back on the
4th
field.
and 5 now.
Yeah, that draw play that he scored on the last possession for the Packers doesn't prove as big this time, but brings up a 4th and medium. Big opportunity here for Cheyenne to try and flip momentum in their favor. If they can come up with a stop here.
Camarillo, 4th and 5.
Oh boy.
So that one's deep ball and out of the reach there.
Camarillo is going to rue that one. Knutson was wide. He had 2 receivers wide open as Mustangs were caught looking in the backfield on that. Had 2 guys get behind the deep safeties on that. Really Camarillo had his choice of who he wanted to throw to, but he unfortunately overthrows Knutson when Knutson would have been able, I think, almost to walk in on that one. And so Cheyenne catches a break here. Let's see if they can do something with it.
1:19 left to go in the third quarter, going against the wind in the fourth. Little swing pass there to Schlichten, gains about four. Went a little Irish there for a second.
That's okay.
As gain of 4 will lead at 2nd and 6 here with a minute left.
That essentially works like a run play, that short controlled pass. Pickup of 4 gets you to 2nd and medium.
Hand off to Aruktan, gains about 2.
We haven't seen him touch the ball as much here the second half. Picks up a couple there. 3rd and 3.5. 3rd and 3. Long 3.
And Wolf, I gotta think there's no reason to rush this.
No.
Granted, you're going against the wind in the fourth quarter, but
I think ball control is going to be the name of the game. You want to keep it on the ground as much as possible anyway. So there's no urgency to have to try and score here because you're with the wind.
Clocks are even. Satcham, deep ball, intercepted there by the Packers. That's number 2, Owen Scoville, and he gets to about where the line of scrimmage was.
Yeah, I think
there.
Fowl ends up tipping that one, and Scoville ends up with it. And you're right, it gets back to about the original line of scrimmage. And that's going to end the fourth quarter.
All right, so end of 3, 14-7 Packer lead. We'll take a short break and be right back.
I think what makes Touchmark special is how you feel when you walk into Touchmark at Harwood Groves. We often hear that it's like a North Dakota hug.
I think it's the people that make Touchmark special.
One of the things that makes Touchmark is the caliber of the team members here.
You could ask them for anything, and they'll say, we'll take care of it.
Every day that we walk in these doors, we really take time to listen to each other, to listen to our residents, and to be there and to be a friend.
All right, folks, welcome back to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium here for some more Cheyenne football. Started quarter 4, Packers lead the Mustangs 14-7. Coming off an interception by the Packers as well. Taking a quick look at the standings, Wolf, too. Davies at a 4-0. They basically clinched the 1 seed unless they somehow lose tonight to Fargo North. Horace is at 3-1. Cheyenne and Shanley at 2-2. West Fargo High at 1-3, and Fargo North at 0-4. So, like we talked about, big games.
Yeah, Davies probably owns a tiebreaker against Horace, even if they end up with the same record, since Davies won that. It's where it gets to this point where between Cheyenne and Shanley and West Fargo, where it gets a little more muddled and that point differential may come in. But 2nd and 5 here coming up for the Packers. If West Fargo's able to find a way to get this one in the end zone, that puts Cheyenne in a pretty big hole, a tough spot with an offense that, isn't as dynamic as that, spread offense and a lot of throwing. And that'll be tough for Cheyenne to come back from. So this is going to be a big opportunity. It's a big need for a stop to happen for the Mustangs as we have a Packer down on the field.
So Packer down 14-7 Packer lead. We'll take a short break and be right back.
I kind of wonder where to even begin about what I love about Touchmark. It's everything. It's the time with the residents. It's my team. I work with wonderful individuals every single day. I love the people. And my job is to connect with them, and that's a pretty great job to have, that you get to make genuine, real connections with our residents and our team members. It's just the overall community. That is Touchmark. That's what I love.
Your full life happens here at Touchmark.
All right, folks, welcome back. As injury timeout, injured Packer on the field.
As Poitras, he's getting some help off the field. He's not really able to put a ton of weight on that left leg, so hopefully just something twisted, maybe got rolled up on and nothing serious, but definitely in some pain and needing some help off the field. As a 3rd and 2 is upcoming.
11:09 left to go here. Coming off that interception to end the third.
So both turnovers tonight going the way of the Packers, and it's not very often, Tristan, that you win a lot of games when you lose the turnover battle. See if Cheyenne's able to find a way to maybe get one of their own. As there's a good run by Samick.
About 20. Benzie on the stop. 10:45 left to go here. Fourth quarter. It's again battle for the Ogre tonight. Mustang six years in a row defending. So a lot on the line here tonight, Wolf. Especially if you ask the Cheyenne squad. Talking to some of the guys. First of all, about the weather. If you ask half of them, they'll say they love the cold weather. They can't wait for it to snow. Half of them hate it. But, you know, this is the biggest game of the year, I think, for a lot of the guys, if you ask them.
It's a lot of guys you probably see them around town. You maybe have competed against them for multiple years. And so, yeah, this is a huge deal. For both squads. They want to have that bragging rights for another year.
And West Fargo probably wants it more than anything, too, because they haven't won it for 6 years now, ever since basically the Cheyenne football team started. As this run is going to be just short of the one in the first, or the first in the goal.
Yeah. Just inside the 5 there for Wiggestrand. As feels like West Fargo kind of asserting some dominance on that offensive line. They're starting to create some gaps.
Camarillo from under center. Hands off to Samick, and he is dropped by Gable there.
Great job by Brendan Gable, just shooting through there. Almost got to Samick at the same time as the handoff did. So Gable with a lot to play for. He is working hard out there as we're coming down on 8.5 to play. So West Fargo with the win maybe would be willing to consider a field goal opportunity here on 3rd and 8. They can still get a first down.
Camarillo, handoff to Samick. Samick's going to find a gap, not going to get there. So if I had to guess, the field goal unit, field goal unit, I believe Camarillo will stay on. We had about 5 guys swap out there, so I thought it was going to be a field goal unit, but maybe not.
So 4th and 4. Coach Gibson rolling the dice here, figuring 1 point differential could come into this, and 2, if Cheyenne does get the stop, they're still down a score, and they're going to have to go about 95 yards.
Camarillo from the shotgun. Drops back, and a pass is recepted there by Scari. And
just calm by Camarillo under a lot of pressure, little jump pass, and that's actually a really good catch by Scari.
7:34 left to go, 20-7. Doctor and the
and somehow manages to make that bobbled snap, low snap. Holder kind of gets it set, and nice kick there by Doctor.
So 21-7, Packers lead the Mustangs here with 7:34 left to go in the fourth.
One thing that I've always enjoyed about being a physician is just the patient and physician relationship.
Part of why I trusted him is because I felt more than just a patient.
We figured out the best situation for my injury, and we chose the one that would best fit me.
I'm a huge sports fan, have been my whole life and still am today. I have a strong desire to help people maintain their activity levels and to get back to doing the things that they are passionate about.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. 21-7, Packers now lead the Mustangs. 7:34 left to go.
So now definitely a sense of urgency for the Mustangs, being down the 2 scores with only 7.5 to go. They're going to have to make something happen here. Kicking with the wind, they're going to send that one.
Doctor with a really good tomahawk there, and that's going to reach the end zone for a touchback.
So 80 yards, 7.5. Got to get 2 scores.
You got to think an onside kick for,
well, it
depending
depends
on time.
Yeah, it's going to depend upon if they can move this ball quickly and efficiently. I would think you have to go up tempo. I would call 2 plays right now and get these first 2 plays going. Because you're going to have to make sure that you have tempo going with this.
You got to think they keep it on the ground here for most of it, too.
Well, it's obviously more efficient to move the ball through the air.
There's that one
pass.
Smith.
Good job getting out of bounds. So that's a good start.
Satchram from the shotgun trips left
as we're
on
seeing
1st and 10.
Schlichting playing basically receiver the whole
Got
time.
No time
and
he's sacked.
Great job by Wyatt Knutson there, just crashing from that DN spot.
Loss of 3 will leave it 2nd and 13.
Doesn't hurt you a ton yardage-wise, but that clock is still running.
Satchram takes a snap, drops back, looks. Arukatan in the middle there, gaining some yardage and maybe even a first down.
Nice job by Enoch as there was contact right as he caught the ball by Seymour. Not early contact, but just contact. But Arukatan hangs on is enough to move the chains. So the clock stops for a short period here as Cheyenne is up to the line.
About 6:30 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Down by 2 touchdowns. As this one's caught by Zink.
Yeah, there's
and
a
he
face
is swarmed,
mask.
and there's a face mask in there. There's 2.
Here they come.
So
that was quick right away, that face mask, but a second flag came in a few seconds later. Not sure if it's for the same call.
Makes me wonder.
My guess is it probably is. It's personal foul face mask. So that's going to move 15 yards, get Cheyenne down to the 35, as they've only used about a minute off the clock so far
Satcham 1st and 10. Rounds it. Pass is almost intercepted there. Knocked down, though, by foul.
Again, one of those rolling to the left, and Knutson looked like he was shot out of a cannon. So he kind of got around Holder. Fortunately, Satcham was rolling away from that pressure. So there was no real issue with the pressure coming, but 2nd and 10, under 6 now.
Satcham, low snap, hits Arukatan, and he's just short of the first, I think.
But still a nice job. I think he might have that first.
There's an injured Packer in the backfield here.
Is that Knutson?
85, so
I
it's
think
going to be
that's Wyatt Knutson.
We'll take a short break and be right back. Packers lead at 21-7.
If you're thinking about growing your family someday, we'd like to remind you of one simple thing. Babies bring us joy. With an unwavering commitment to delivering the highest quality care, Essentia Health is ready when your someday arrives. Essentia Health, caring for you and your future.
All right, welcome back, folks, to Essentia Health Mustang Stadium here at Cheyenne. Packers lead at 21-7 coming off the injury timeout as there's 5:35 left to go in the third quarter here. Mustang ball on the offensive 25.
That's the third and a pretty short one here.
Satcham, low snap once more. Fine, and it's going to be incomplete on Zink there.
I'm going to say Zink didn't haul that one in, so it brings up a 4th down.
And it makes me, another thing, Wolf, it kind of makes me wonder if Satcham's ever going to scramble here tonight. I don't think we've seen him scramble once.
No, there was a couple pitches, but that's really been about it. He hasn't really had an opportunity to impact the game with his feet.
4th and 1. Satcham.
There it is.
On the keeper, there it is, and he's going to get a first down.
It's enough to keep the chains moving, but now down to 5:18. You got to get back up and into that, get a playoff as quickly as you can. That clock is now your enemy.
So 5:07 left to go, Wolf. You're talking about clock. What do you think the pace is going to be like here?
Well, you've got, again, I think you've got to have more of a sense of urgency. I mean, you can try the onside kick.
Satcham pass to Schlichting is caught, and he gets about 6 or 5 there.
It's a nice gain, but the clock keeps running. And still huddling up.
So it'll be 2nd and 4. Satcham from the shotgun. Swing pass to Schlichting, and it's dropped.
That was a backward pass, I believe. If you're the Packers, you just need to fall on that. You don't need to do anything else. Just fall on it. And they eventually do, but that was a backward pass. I don't know if that's what it's intended to be, but that's what it was. And that's going to put the cap on this. I'm not sure what this exactly does to the playoff standings or possibility for either team, but at this point, West Fargo certainly in the driver's seat with 4:10 and up 2 scores. Now they're just going to want to burn clock. We'll see if Coach Newton uses those timeouts immediately to try and force something, but West Fargo's only probably a couple of first downs away from just being able to run out the clock on this one.
Shanley wins tonight. That would put Cheyenne and West Fargo tied in the EDC, so then it would move to what we thought is points 4, which I believe, if I had to guess, Cheyenne would lead that.
Now that's one thing I don't think you want Samick doing, is running out of bounds. You got to keep that going inbounds as much as you can. So mental error there for the Packers, but they're still definitely in control of this. And it was a pickup of about 5 on that. So if they can just move the chains here, and even if they need to punt it, that puts Cheyenne, that would flip field position. Cheyenne's going to have to be swatting at this ball, looking to try and punch it out, strip a ball, and see if they can't get themselves a turnover. Good tackle there. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Shanley and Horace tied at 33 apiece right now, down at Shanley. So
Shanley making a comeback.
If Shanley wins that one,
yeah, I don't want to speculate what the outcome is because we're not certain of it. But we knew that both of these teams still had a path to the playoffs, and if you had a path to it, it also means you had a path out. So just have to see how this all plays out. There, that's going to be a first down
on the keeper.
And here comes some flags. A lot of laundry on the field. Not sure what that's going to be for.
Personal foul on the defense.
Well, that's going to go ahead and, I think, finish that up now for sure for the Packers. Again, barring some kind of fumble and a return for a touchdown or something like that, because West Fargo's just going to continue to salt this one away and run time off the clock. There's a false start by Samick.
Pushing back. 5.
So consecutive penalties here. Ball is moving around on the field, but no time running off.
Two minutes 30 left to go. Clock winding down. As there's 9 seconds on the play clock.
Say, I'm not sure that the game clock should have been moving there. The play clock should have been. I don't think the game clock should have been, but after 2 dead ball fouls, Coach Newton going to take his first time out here with 2:03 to go, and a second and about 14 or 13 coming up for the Packers.
.203 left to go. A quick scoring update from around the league. Century 14-13 up on the Demons. That is the final of that one from the Community Bowl. Shanley with ball possession, 33-33 with a minute left in the third, down on 25th Street. Also on 25th Street, the Eagles lead the Spartans by 34 to 7, 8 minutes left in the third on that one. 34-12 is your final from Mandan. Sabres dominate the Braves tonight. And then at the Magic, all over Williston, 28-0 at the end of the first half out in Coyote territory. So 2 minutes left to go in this one, 21-7. Camarillo takes a snap, hands off to Samek. Samek finds a gap, and he's got room.
He's gone.
He's gone. 10, and he's in for the touchdown. (21-7), or excuse me, 27-7 now. Packer lead. And Wolf, you got to think that just put the nail in the coffin.
Oh, yeah. And there's another Packer down here after that touchdown run.
27-7. Packers lead at 1:53 left to go. It's Cheyenne Football on Mustang Media.
A few years ago, my hip was getting to the point where it was affecting my life.
So then when I met you in the office, you listened to what I had to say.
My goal is to teach patients about their diagnosis, explain the treatment options so that they can make the decision that is best for them. Because we don't just treat what an x-ray tells us.
Our goal is to get the best possible outcome for the patient. It's just a great feeling to know that you help that patient get back to doing the things they want to do.
And now I have a new hip that feels fantastic.
Doctor with the kick up and through. 28-7. Fourth quarter, minute 53 left. As Packers will take home the Ogre tonight. First time in 6 years for them. And Wolf, you think it was mostly off? You would think it's mostly offense tonight.
Well,
something you want to work on heading into playoffs.
You know, obviously West Fargo played defense, so it's hard to say specifically, but certainly Cheyenne wasn't able to move the ball with the same type of efficiency that they did against Shanley last week. They marched down that opening drive and never really could get things going again. A couple penalties hurt, a couple of interceptions hurt, and just kind of things snowballed on them and left them in a bad situation. And the Packers did enough offensively that they just kept Cheyenne at arm's length. And we mentioned that with the change up a little bit of the offense for Cheyenne, it's not an offense that's conducive to big comebacks. So if you get down by a couple of scores, then you have to almost play flawless football, and that was something that Cheyenne struggled with tonight. They weren't able to do. And so with a minute 45, this will be the last probably home possession of the year for the Mustangs, and we'll have to see then tomorrow which teams are into the playoffs and where they're going to be playing next Friday.
Minute 45 left to go here. Satcham trips right. Satcham drops back. Pass is incomplete. I believe that was intended for
Fagerlund. I think they just able to poke it out of his hands.
Minute 39 left to go here. Satcham trips right once more. Another pass. A little short.
Yeah.
Intended for Fagerlund. There's
Well,
going to be a
there's
flag.
Maybe a defensive hold there.
Defensive
or
hold, if I had to guess, based on the
or a PI. I don't know
Packer
if that happened.
fan reaction.
I don't know if it happened while the ball was in the air or if it was before that. So the PI moves the ball for the Mustangs, but at a minute 33 and down 3 scores. Things certainly not looking up for Cheyenne.
Satcham to Rukatan.
Nice
in the
move.
middle, got some room. Gets a first down.
Good open field tackle by Scary. But if you're West Fargo, just keep the ball in front of you. You let them have, you know, a 10-yard completion. You just don't let them have big plays at this point. And, you know, with a minute to go and down 3 scores, there's really not a lot that Cheyenne can do about this at this point.
Satcham drops back. Schlichting gets a first. Maybe a little short.
Little screen pass on the backside there to Schlichting.
Just short of a first, I think. And with 40 seconds left to go, 2nd and 1. Satcham takes a snap, drops back, deep ball, and Zanker can handle it. As to the bad hand maybe, and
yeah, I mean it's amazing. He came up with a huge game-sealing interception last week at Shanley. And with that hand wrapped up, it's really remarkable that he's able to make any kinds of receptions or interceptions when you're working with only one good hand. So that is impressive for Zanker to be able to do that.
Zanker with a touchdown last week, that bobbled one in the center of the end zone there. And it's going to be
so 14
seconds left. As this is going to be a Satcham drops back.
He's going to
scrambles. Deep ball. And pass interference?
I'm going to guess so.
Flags in the end zone. As
and
another Packer is down.
It's been about 5 tonight. I mean, aside from Poitra, everyone I think has been okay and able to get up and kind of walk off under their own power, but
he's up on his own running off.
A lot of Packers
right
going
now,
down
so
tonight. As we're down to 6 seconds on this. Now
we're
it
reset
says
to
11. And the refs are trying to figure this out.
So it's going to be a loss of down and a 5-yard penalty.
He was past the line of scrimmage on that
Yeah.
pass.
I think we're
so
probably just going to run this off at this point. 11 seconds
I think
left to go.
the only reason to try and score is, again, that point differential possibility. Every point's going to be valuable for each team here. So that would be the only reason I can think of that.
Is that short?
Yeah, I think a miscommunication there.
7 seconds left to go. So 7 seconds left to go, 7 on the play clock. Satcham takes a snap. Drops back, scrambles, deep ball. And
that's out of
it's
bounds.
Out of bounds, but it was intercepted.
And that's the last play of the game.
So the Packers come in and down the Mustangs. 28-7 is your final score, as the Packers will take home the Ogre tonight and keep it for the next year until we play them again next year in the 26-27 season. Quick update scores around the league really quick. Century Century wins 14-13 over Bismarck High. Horace is now up on Shanley 40-33. That one 10 minutes left in the fourth, so still quite a ways to go in that one. Obviously being the one to watch, I think.
Yeah.
Davies up 34-15 on Fargo North. 34-12 final between Legacy and Mandan. And then Minot all over the Coyotes right now, 35-0. 7 minutes left to go in the fourth. Looking at the EDC now, tonight's matchup will leave the Mustangs and Packers tied at 2-3 apiece. Obviously don't want to assume that.
Yeah, it's hard to know. I think a lot rides on that outcome of the Shanley game, and I don't know if that flips it now where one of these teams wants Shanley to win or not. But, I think as we look at this season as a whole, Tristan, Cheyenne came with a lot of, high expectations, but, anyone who might be watching tonight knows that, if you're a Viking fan, you know what injuries can do to you, and the loss of Ethan Visness was pretty devastating for the entire year. Losing him so early and not being able to come back, I'm sure Coach Newton was unable to do the types of things offensively that they had hoped to do this year, and that puts a lot of pressure on some people. And I think Satcham did an admirable job as a sophomore coming in, probably into a situation for which he wasn't ready at the beginning of the year, but he was able to do some really nice things. And whether it's Cheyenne or West Fargo that makes it to the playoffs here, the great thing is next week starts from scratch, right? It's a brand new opportunity. Everybody starts at 0-0. It's win in advance. And that's all you got to try and worry about. So you go home and you watch the scores and you see how this plays out. And, if you get that opportunity next week, you go and play like there's no tomorrow, because there isn't. And you just do whatever you have to do to try and win.
Shanley would also move to 2-3 tonight if they were to lose. So that's where it kind of tosses up everything.
Correct.
Obviously, we weren't for sure if it was point differential. If it is, I'm 80% sure Cheyenne has the upper hand in point differential. The next closest, I think, would be Shanley. So with that, anything to add tonight, Wolf?
No, like I said, anytime a season ends and you don't feel like it was as successful as you'd hoped it could be, anytime you lose to your crosstown rivals, that leaves a bitter taste in your mouth. But certainly on senior night, these Cheyenne players have nothing to hang their heads for. They went out and gave it their best shot. It maybe wasn't their best game tonight, and we talked about how turnovers play such a crucial role, and of course in the -2 for Cheyenne in terms of giving away the ball, it's really hard to overcome that. when you don't have all the players on the field that you would maybe hoped you would or planned you would at the beginning of the year. And that's both the frustration and the beauty of sport. It's opportunities for people to step up. It's the unexpected. It's how do you deal with adversity? Are you resilient? How do you figure that out? And we've seen Cheyenne kind of ride that wave, that roller coaster all year of playing well at times and struggling at times. But, you know, with sports in general, but certainly high school sports, the lessons you learn, it's not about the wins and losses. It's about what, you know, comes from giving your best effort and asking yourself to push through and do more than maybe what you think you're maybe capable of, but you go and you give your best effort, and that's all anyone can do. Best is best. Whatever it is that day, just walk off the field and have no regrets, and I don't think Cheyenne has anything to apologize for in this game tonight or anything like that. So, you know, good effort by Cheyenne as you see Coach Newton down there and some of the coaches hugging the seniors. I mean, these guys have put in a lot of sweat and tears and effort and all of those sorts of things through the years. And you know, it's always hard when you aren't successful all the time, but you find a way to move on and life goes on.
So 28-7, your final score from Essentia Health Mustang Stadium. For everyone up here in the booth, I'm Tristan Murrock.
I'm Dan Wolf.
Good night, folks.
I'm